that's what you got to do. If you're not going to quit, let's not talk about it. Let's
You
move
could
forward.
tell there was a moment there. I thought it was over. I thought they were going to stop it. It was a strange exchange there, and he changed his mind. He was like, yeah, I can still do this.
Absolutely. And that's what I brought. I saw the great Mike Shepard over there for a second. If people know who he is, he's a K1 fighter, one of the best people that I've known. But I trained with him a long time ago. And again, not to make this about me, but 1997, I had a Golden Gloves match. Same thing happened with his trainer. In between rounds, I had dislocated my shoulder. And I didn't know even what that meant. I just told my trainer, I said, I think my arm's broke. And he said, are you going to quit? And I said, no. And he said, well, then shut the F up. And I did. So that was it. So that is literally what I told Ricky.
Sometimes that's all you can do.
And he did it. And it was amazing. What a great fight. I'm glad he overcame adversity. That shows the heart of a fighter. And I'm excited for the next fight. Look at these girls go.
Lily Schelling out of Ground Zero, Morgantown.
There's a gift of Vaseline to you, Elijah.
And this is a fight. On paper, it's really interesting because this is Lily Schelling's debut in boxing. She's up against a girl in Jessica Miller who, she's had a lot of tough man fights, so she's probably got about 12 fights under her belt.
Which is true, yes. And her poster is very intimidating with those sunglasses.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I'm just joking. But she's fought a lot. We saw her fight a lot before. The one thing I would say in a fight like this, a lot of tough man fighters have a tendency to just move forward.
She marches forward with those 1-2, 1-2. Lily Schelling's going to have to cut angles here if she wants to win this fight.
And that's something to look forward to. Can you stop the forward motion by just circling? Can you stop the forward motion? Because a lot of times when we have these short rounds, the aggressive fighter is going to win the round.
And Jessica Miller's a phenomenal athlete as well.
Look at these girls, man. They look deadly. Look at them.
Representing Ground Zero from Morgantown, West Virginia, Line Cagefighting.
Awesome.
The woman across the cage out of the red corner, representing Tommy Thomas Boxing Club, with an undefeated record of 2 wins and 0 losses. 115 pounds, dressed in red and blue Spider-Man from Morgantown, West Virginia, Jessica Miller.
Good job, man. Tommy Thomas Boxing Club is a legendary club out in Clarksburg. She looks confident, doesn't she? You could just tell when they announced it, just the way she looked. She looks ready for action.
She looked that way in her last fight, and it was absolutely dominant performance there. She's been there and done that, which makes it an even tougher challenge for Lily, who it's her first time competing in boxing.
And a lot of times when I watch somebody that's first, just like the last fight, I'm watching their footwork. So I'm watching Lily's footwork here, and she's got some weird steps right off the beginning, but nothing bad.
Well, you see her base as a wrestler. She almost changed levels there in the beginning.
And that's the things you got to look for, right? Is she in good defensive stance the whole time? Is her footwork solid where she's just not going to get knocked down because her feet are too close?
You could already
see
so good. That jab is a big part of Lily's game plan here, though. Sticking that jab, keeping her off of her. This is already a much different fight than Jessica Miller's last fight. Last time we saw her, because she was so dominant and physical in that one, but she's more sitting back and boxing in this one. Lily coming after her here.
I know this is the complete opposite of what I thought. Lily is the one coming forward, right? Very interesting. But I mean, as I said that, now it's kind of changed a little bit. But now
Lily cuts an angle though and brings it back to her.
And she look at that clinch, little dirty boxing. So far, Lily's, I would say maybe she's winning the first minute of this round.
Absolutely. She's the more active fighter, and she's landed more. But Miller's punches look sharper.
They do.
More powerful.
But that jab kind of lifted her head up there from Lily. But you can tell Jessica's got some respect, right? She's guarding.
Lily's lighting her up.
She is. This is very surprising. Just on paper, right? On paper, you look for something. But this is why we fight, right? This is how we see what the difference is.
And Lily looks hungrier tonight than I've ever seen her.
She does.
Her last few matches, it almost seemed like she was a little discouraged. But right now, she's fighting with a ton of grit and heart.
That was a heck of a match right there. I would say round 1 to Lily, but by not much.
Absolutely.
Right?
I think she was far busier.
I agree. I mean, what a round. This is why I love to see fights like this, because on paper, it looks like it's going to go one way, and then we watch it, and it's going the complete opposite way of what we just said,
Absolutely. Right? I thought that Jessica was going to be the aggressor. She was going to be marching forward, throwing more active volume, and that's not the case here.
Interesting. They've got Lily standing up, which is another thing. Like a lot of things that I watch in the corner, I just want to see how the fighters react. I want to see how the corner reacts. But we see Lily standing up. She doesn't want the stool.
I prefer to stand in the corner.
Yeah.
I feel like that adrenaline dump happens as soon as you sit down.
Very true. Now I'm so old, it's hard to get back up,
Hard on your knees.
Yeah. Let's see if there's any adjustments here in round 2.
I think we need to see a more aggressive Jessica Miller.
I agree. And that's uncharacteristic, right? Yeah. This is what we normally see out of Jessica. We did not see that round 2.
But then Lily rocks her with a right hand.
Yeah.
Right behind the ear.
There we go. Now they're letting it loose. This is kind of what I thought we'd see a little bit more.
I like that Jessica's utilizing her clinch now, making a little grittier, dirtier fight. She's the shorter fighter. She's got to get inside on Lily.
Yes, which means she's got to throw a little bit overhand rights. She's got to get inside. Once she gets inside, she's got to be active. We did not see that in round 1. We're not seeing it a whole bunch now. We see it in spurts. Like right there, they were in the clinch. I thought she could be a little bit more busy, but she's looking good.
And Lily needs to turn the volume back up.
Yeah, those are all great punches by another great one. Now she's putting it forward. More of what we expected out of her.
And that's when we're seeing her have success.
Yes.
When she's putting Lily on her back foot. Good shot from Lily Schelling that slides out of the way.
And I would argue, which I've not seen before, is Jessica's throwing a lot of just one punches, right? A lot of just one left hook, one right hand.
That
right?
last one, she was so active. She was nonstop, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2.
Yeah,
and
more
it
of
was
a
hard
toughened
for her
style.
opponent to deal with.
Yeah, we're not seeing that tonight, right? There we go. But still, again, like you said, it's not a 1-2. It's like a 1.
She's having a lot of trouble finding her range, getting Lily on the end of her punches. She's either too far inside or too far outside.
Yes, and that's a solid point. Like right there, she closed the distance, but Lily kind of ducked and clinched her up, right? But now she followed it. Yeah. Interesting round. I would call it maybe a 1-1.
That one was very close.
Very close.
I think Lily was far less active, and I think that's why Miller started taking over.
Yes. Again, if you're going to leave it to the judges, we don't know, right? This round 3 could all be up to this round.
If you're Colin Caprini and Eli Hawkins, you've got to be telling Lily Schelling we need more volume. That's how she won round 1.
Absolutely.
Just staying ahead of her, throwing more punches, and anytime Jessica crashed inside, she got lit up.
I would say stick to what you know, right? Stick to what works. Let's go.
You got to think, it's her first fight, first boxing match. She's got to be feeling a little bit of that adrenaline dump. And I'd say that's why she slowed down between rounds 1 and 2.
And if you're Jessica's training her corner right now, what do you think they're saying to her?
I'd say more of the same last round. Make it grittier, use your clinch, keep her on her back foot, march forward, and throw more punches than her. It's as simple as that.
Wonder if they have any desperation where they're like, we don't know where it's at right now.
They've got to. It's such a close fight. It's anybody's fight right now. Oh, man, huge shots by Jessica Miller. And then Lily pushes her up against the cage. Eli Hawkins calling for hard shots, says she's tired.
And it's hard. It seems like it's really hard for Jessica to find her range right now.
It makes you wonder what her training camp looked like because she was so aggressive in that last one.
Yeah, it just looks a little different right now. She's doing a great job. It just doesn't look like her last fight, right?
One thing I'd like to see more of from Lily Schelling are uppercuts. I don't think I've seen her throw a single uppercut, and she's fighting a much shorter opponent.
But the one thing I think that's helping Lily is that she seems maybe a little stronger. She's pushing her to the cage, which all that aggression, it kind of adds up for the judges. Now, when they're in the center of the ring, like right now, Jessica looks like she's doing pretty good until they got to head-to-head, and then right now, like Lily's bullying her.
This third round is so close, though.
And these are the things that matter, right? Not a lot of punches were thrown, but Lily pushed her around the ring. So if I was a judge, out of 2 minutes, I'd be like, well, Lily's controlling the ring, right? It's a tough one. It's a very tough one.
Super close third round. Back
Absolutely.
and forth.
I could see it going in either way.
I could as well. I think Lily took the first. Miller may have taken the second, but this is a hard fight to score all around.
Absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 full rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for your official decision. Judge number 1 scores about 29-28, Miller. Judge number 2 scores about 29-28, Schelling. Judge number 3 scores about 29-28. For your winner by split decision, Jessica. And now your post-fight interviewer, Elijah Packer.